This short screencast is about looking at the very small details when you do your edits and resubmissions. And you can hear my cat in the background giving his critique as well. This is a very good poster you're looking at here. When I look at this just now though, I noticed there's a minor mistake that has to be addressed if this wants to go into a portfolio. And I'll zoom in on it here. See this uneven, see this small white line here, and this white line down here, and on the other side, same thing, there's this white line here. It looks like there were blocks of black put into here, and the blocks weren't pulled all the way to the margin, so that's something that has to be addressed. That's something I just noticed. But what I wanted to talk about was the adjustment of line spacing. Again, this is a wonderful poster, and it's very good. The vertical alignment is good. The information hierarchy is good. But let me go into Photoshop so I can zoom in on here. There's like very small details that you have to be cognizant of and pay attention to. And this block of type is good. Nexus gallery, blah blah blah. The spacing between the date line and Nexus gallery is very good. Okay, so that's good, but it's not very good. Okay, with the everything like set, the address info, the street and the city, that's informationally that's a unit. That's a unit of information. It would be better and more clear and just a little bit easier on the eyes if there was just a slight space between Nexus Gallery and 2800 Prospect Avenue. And the student asked me, how do you do that? There's a couple ways, so let me go to InDesign. This is basically what the student has, I think. I don't know how the spacing was set up between the date line and the all this stuff, because I don't have the InDesign file, I just have the PDF. But anyway, it's real simple. I want to increase the space between Nexus Gallery and 28 Prospect Avenue. So I'll double click on 28 Prospect Avenue, selecting that. Go up to the leading. I just set this at leading 12 and it's at the default 14.4. Hit the drop down menu, choose 18, and I'll zoom out so you can see when I click 18. Ta-da! Now let me go to view screen mode, preview. And that looks a lot more clear. Even like 18 might be too much, so let's go back to view screen mode, normal, Command Z, okie dokie. Instead of 18, I'm just going to input 16 up here. Oh, that looks good. Okay, cool. Alright, that looks better. So, welcome to the world of graphic design, folks. I mean, you have to make these very, very small, tiny little tweaks until you get it right. It just comes with the territory. So this looks better than what I had before. Let me go to screen mode, preview. Okay, that looks better. Okay, so now the viewer sees this as one unit. The Nexus Gallery line is obviously with the address information. However, there's like an information hierarchy set up. Okay, and my cat's agreeing with that. This is a more clear information hierarchy than that. Okay, so cool. Now there's another way to do this, and again, let me go to view screen mode, normal. You can double click on the Nexus Gallery, Command Option T to bring up the paragraph menu, and you can adjust it optically by clicking. If you hover over these little things, it tells you what they are. That's space after. This is space before. So I want to increase the space after the Nexus Gallery. I can come here and just increase this point by point. maybe 3 points, and see what that looks like. That looks pretty good. Now when you're doing this, when you're setting leading, this horizontal spacing, that's called leading, it's better to be in points. So make sure when you're in this paragraph menu that it says point. The way to get to that is to hover on the block between the rulers here, right click, and you can choose any increments. Again, when you're setting leading and setting indents, be in points. Okay, so that is that. I just wanted to show you guys that even though this is a wonderful poster, it's beautiful, there's some adjustments that could be made. Oh, and by the way, let me go back to Photoshop here. When the spacing is increased here, this spacing is good, so maintain the spacing. So through InDesign and through the techniques I just showed you, what you're basically going to do is essentially, this isn't Photoshop, this is just for demonstrations. Like, what you want to do is go into InDesign and set everything, where's my, hang on, okay, raise this stuff up as a unit. Okay, so my advice would be to maintain, let me go back here, maintain this spacing here. That's good. Increase this spacing here. Okay, this went longer than I thought. Thanks for listening. Stay tuned.